Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the episode of Just Say Guay. I'm your host, George Guay. Today I'm joined by Anthony Cristoforo of the Windsor Spitfires, who's a highly rated prospect for the 2024 NHL Draft. Anthony, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me. Excited to be here.
Yeah, no problem, man. Happy to have you on. So, how's everything been? The OHL season is underway. Uh, you won the Hlinka Gretzky Cup. It is your draft year. I know players don't like talking about the draft, but it is the draft year. But how's this all been for you?
It's been honestly just very exciting. I guess starting from last season, coming into my rookie year was you just hear so much about like the OHL growing up as a kid from Toronto. So you just hear about it. I think obviously getting drafted to Windsor was special, and then coming in, the guys welcomed me with open arms, and I think it helped me have the year I had. And then getting picked for under 17 was an honor, and then for Hlinka was just even more special to have one team and to be on that team, and then obviously winning gold, something you dream about as a kid. So seeing like the road junior teams, the other Hlinka teams, watching on TSN, it was just honored and thankful to be there.
Yeah, what a year, and just given the way that you play and your success, it's only going to get better. So you're from Ontario, playing in the OHL, just outside Toronto. Just wondering, what was it like growing up for you in this culture, having the OHL, that insane presence of the Toronto Maple Leafs, a lot of great players to look up to coming out of the province year in, year out. The best player in the world right now, and arguably since Wayne Gretzky, is from Toronto. What was it like just being in that and having a lot of inspiration and good hockey around you?
I mean, just like it's just training in the summer. Sometimes you see the best player in the world, Connor McDavid. He's on in a different rank, or you see top players in the world just training in the summer. You hear about them. They're around town. They work out in gyms. So, seeing them and just sitting down and watching them train, seeing how much attention to detail they have, how hard they work. It's something from as a young kid I've just seen, and I like something I've looked up to, and something I try to incorporate when I work out and train and just everything I do.
Definitely. And one thing I wanted to ask is just when you go playing these tournaments around the country and around the world, how much of an advantage do you think you guys have because of how competitive the province is with the game of hockey? You've seen so many places, I'm sure you've played in, where kids play many sports growing up, but in Ontario, it's all about hockey.
Yeah, the Ontario Hockey League, it's a very competitive league, and even just growing up in the GTHL, you know, we play against teams all across the world, and teams fly to Toronto to play against GTHL teams. So always having a top competition growing up, trains you to be competitive, to always every game matters, because if you do lose a game to a team not from Toronto, it's like they think of Toronto as differently. So you're almost representing Toronto or the G or Ontario when you play against these teams. So being known as the hockey mecca of the world in Toronto, it's like every game you play means something. And if you don't show up with your A game, it can go sideways pretty quick because you get the other team's best every night.
Yeah, what a culture, and it seems like it's definitely something you want to be a part of. It makes you better. I have family that lives in Ontario right now, and I've heard so much about how insane hockey is there, and I've had to go there to kind of understand it. Just the culture with the Leafs and how everyone there plays hockey. You kind of got to go there to get it. So you were drafted in the first round of the OHL draft. Congratulations, that's a big achievement. I was just wondering, in terms of adapting to the OHL, was there anything that surprised you about it? Because you do know a lot about it growing up in Ontario, but was there something that you kind of had to play in it to understand what it's like?
Just like growing up, you play against guys your age, and you get into the O, and you're playing against guys up to 5 years older than you. So, coming in and you think you can expect it, you think you can prepare yourself for the speed and the physicality, but nothing can really compare it until you get games under your belt and you gain confidence and some experience. So probably that was the biggest thing. And then just in general, just playing, moving away from home, playing in a town like Windsor where everyone loves the Spitfires. So you have that little bit of added pressure that, a lot, I know all the guys here, we love it. And it just makes you, again, want to show up every night to play.
Yeah, it sounds like an unbelievable experience. You mentioned that move. It is a big move to go to Windsor. It's about 4.5 hours away from Toronto, I believe. It seems like a lot of you guys, whether you're playing in the United States at the development program, WHL, OHL, Quebec, you guys really got to make that big move to better your career and kind of grow up faster than most kids. before they go to college or something like that. What is just the key to making that all work and knowing that you have to make that sacrifice to make your hockey journey better and become a better player?
I mean, it's something like, again, as a kid, like you look forward to, and like when it does come up, the time does come, it is obviously a little nerve-wracking moving away from home, but I mean, Windsor, like I mentioned, they welcomed me with such open arms. The day I got here, it honestly felt like home. They're just so welcoming, and just everyone here has made the move and the transition to the O very smooth. And, you know, coming in, and even with like the teammates and the coaches last year, they came in and, they always told me, make sure you have confidence, come in, we picked you for a reason. So even them having confidence in me made the move just that much smoother.
For sure, and that's great how they're really there for you guys and they want to make the process better. You mentioned earlier you played in the U17s this past year. Congratulations on having your first experience in international play. You definitely had a great experience growing up of watching these international tournaments. Kent Johnson, game winner, Dylan Gunther, game winner in the World Juniors. So many great players playing in these tournaments. A lot from Ontario as well. What was it like to just finally play it and wear the maple leaf and definitely achieve a childhood dream?
It's a surreal feeling. Like growing up, you see it and you see it on TV all the time. To represent your country, you hear people talk about it, and you don't really understand it until you get the opportunity to do it. And I mean, I'm just so thankful and honored for the opportunity to wear the crest, the Canadian logo on my chest. And just when you're there, like you feel you feel so honored, and you're with a great group of guys. Everyone's a good player. Everyone there knows as a confident player, and we get there and everyone bonds pretty well, and you build friendships that you thought you would never make.
Yeah, I actually interviewed Logan Stankoven. He's been on the show twice. One of the top prospects for the Dallas Stars. And he mentioned that group that you start out with, it carries on through 18s and World Juniors. Obviously, with Canada, the goal is to get the gold medal. This group won silver at the U17s. How much did that motivate you guys? Because I know the whole team from the U17 didn't go to Hlinka, but there were some big players, including yourself, from that U17 roster that carried over to Hlinka. How motivated were you guys to get that gold medal? And in the end, what was it like to win it in overtime?
Yeah, I mean, starting from under 17, getting into that gold medal game. We needed help from another Canadian team to win a game, and I just one of the best memories of that tournament watching watching that game finish as we're in the room after we just beat Sweden, hoping to get in, and just going in there, and then we're all huddled around a phone, seeing the score, and then when we end up realizing that we're in, you're just so excited to play a gold medal, win a medal for your country. So, and then obviously we go to the finals and we play, and the results didn't go how we wanted, but a lot of the guys there, we're all competitive players. So whoever got the call to the under 18 team, before the game, we remembered that. And winning it in goal, winning in overtime, I mean, like that's something you dream about, playing mini sticks in the basement. Like it was just such a surreal feeling. And I mean, to beat Czech in Czech with the crowd, that was one of the craziest crowds I've ever played in front of in my life. And just all the guys, you come together as one. And since we got there, we felt like a team that we played together forever since day one when we landed in Hungary. So a great group of guys. It was an unbelievable experience, and I can honestly go on forever about it.
Yeah, it's something you'll remember for the rest of your life. And like you said, it's something you dream about and script and hope it can happen one day and to live it. It's just incredible, and it gets you guys thinking. We want to win more international tournaments so we can be remembered more as this Canadian hockey group. What's it like, just like you said, with the overtime? I mean, Dylan Gunther and Kent Johnson, those overtime game winners. I'm sure you were watching them. They weren't that long ago, and you're thinking, "Hey, that'd be pretty cool if I could be a part of something like that." And you were not too long ago, not too later. Just what's it like seeing all that and being a part of that?
Yeah, you really it's just you watch it at home, and you're watching it, with your family, and you see like the McTavish save going down leading to the overtime goal, and it's something you think about. You're like, wow, like imagine like I can be in a situation like that, or I can live that. And you don't truly understand it until you're in that situation. And then, I mean, when the breakaway and then Spence score, it's just you jump up and you just want to go hug all your teammates because we became a family in 2 weeks, and it was special.
Yeah, and I got to give you guys a lot of credit because you guys are all superstars and the teams you're coming from. Everyone's got a gel. It's you guys don't have that advantage that a lot of the players in the United States have, where they play in the academy together for 2 years and then go to Worlds, and they do win gold medals, but you guys really have to gel faster than they do. So a lot of credit given to you guys. Coming into year two in the OHL, were the things that you wanted to work on? I know you had a great rookie year, but obviously you're going to have more leadership responsibility. Team's going to count on you more than they did, even as a first rounder. Was there something you were trying to work on carrying into the season?
I mean, just honestly work on everything. Coming in last year, you didn't really know what to expect, and this year you kind of coming in with that same confidence coming from last year. Obviously, winning a gold, you're confident, and then coming in this year, like being a leader and trying to do my part to obviously help the team win, and then coming in this year, like taking a bigger role and just being a guy that the coaches can rely on in every single situation.
Yeah, a big role to step into, especially coming off last year. Should be another great season for you. I was just wondering, I know that players don't like to talk about the draft. They haven't even announced where it's going to be. You have a full season to play in front of you. I was just wondering, in terms of this stretch of or wave of players, what's it like to be a part of? Last year we had Connor Bedard, Adam Fantilli, and Leo Carlson, great players. This upcoming season that you're a part of, we got Macklin Celebrity and Cole Eiserman. They're going to be breaking records for their age. What's it like just to be part of this group, knowing that perhaps maybe 10 or 15 years from now, we're going to say this stretch of young players was a pretty good one.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that it's hard to explain because you just it's hard to explain it just because like we're still all working for it and still trying to all get to the draft. And I mean, the draft is obviously it's a big stepping stone, but the hard work doesn't stop there. The hard work starts there, and then working hard to hopefully get to a camp and then get to a training camp, and then down the future hopefully making a team, and then it's just hopefully we can all be successful with it because we've all dreamed all this from kids, and yeah, it's just super exciting to be in like my draft year and to be having since something you started since you were 4 years old, that the time is here. So it's very exciting. It's pretty motivating.
Yeah, and you're having the right approach. Control what you can, work hard, and things will take care of itself. And appreciate where you are right now with your game and who's around you going into this draft. And obviously, you'll be able to share with Liam Greentree down the road when the draft happens. So my last question is, what are the keys to getting wins this upcoming weekend for your team?
We just gotta, stick together, stick to the game plan. Obviously, we're a new bunch of new guys on the team, so we're all getting used to each other's playing style, building that chemistry. But we're a team that we all like each other. We all enjoy coming to the rink and seeing each other. So for us, it's all gonna click and just sticking together. And when that time comes, we all rise to the occasion and we come up with 2 points and wins.
Yeah, definitely a great approach and 2 big points on the line. Anthony, thank you so much for on the show. Best of luck in your draft year, and we'll stay in touch.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right, have a good one.